This is the Franklin Field Housing Project in Dorchester, one of a dozen public housing projects in Boston. Perhaps as many as 200,000 people live in public housing in this city, and there are 30 Boston Housing Authority policemen to take care of their problems. You've probably never heard of the Boston Housing Authority cops. That's okay. Most people haven't. Yet they are charged with standing on the front line against an increasing siege of crack, the drug that is changing the face of this country and is certainly changing the lives and the face of this project.
Junkies have taken over the building and are defecating and urinating in the hallways, as well as threatening the elevator repairman.
I guess Captain Biddy's going to be here with his guys, and we'll all meet over here at 7:30. What we're going to do now is we're going to go out, and Jimmy and Glenn and Richie and myself are going to check out both the locations and find out whether they're both rolling, and if so, just gather any additional information and find out who the lookouts that are out there today.
Officers Kevin McKenna and Rich Sementelli have worked on the Boston Housing Police Force since 1983. About 90% of the arrests they make are drug-related. 99% of those arrests result in convictions. In 1988, they made a substantial portion of the force's 313 drug arrests. That might sound insignificant given the size of the problem, but consider this. The Boston Police Department, with 74 times as many cops, made only 24 times as many drug arrests in 1988 as did the Boston Housing Police.
To get to it, like especially this project, when you're trying to get inside, the buildings are all situated. It makes it hard for us to sneak in. You have to get in on foot. And then they get kids up on the roofs that are watching, as well as a number of people on the corner all the time yelling out 5-0 whenever we go by.
I'm not down from their dead.
What do we do with this, brother?
Jojo Burt, Castle Gate. Give me that knife too, Jim. Another pair of hands. Does he? Stay down and Grove Hall. So y'all taking our knives too? Yep. We need those for protection.
This is what it's like on these streets. Kids acting like anything but kids and getting a kick out of taking snapshots of themselves looking like professional criminals. Cornelius, can you do me a favor? Tell me about the picture of you with the gun.
What did they tell you about it?
What kind of a gun was it?
I don't know.
Well, you were there. You're in the picture. You're holding a gun. Was it a shotgun?
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you have the picture for? Did you look good in it?
Yeah.
Did the gun look good?
Yeah.
How old are you?
16.
Yeah. Do you ever get other tenants in the unit, you know, who are legitimate, you know, trying to make through it tough times, applauding you when you drag drug dealers out?
Oh yeah, that's happened a few times. Like the house over here at 170B was an abandoned apartment. A woman had moved out, and there was a gentleman that was staying in there. I wouldn't really call him a gentleman. He was a crack dealer from New York. And we hit the house, and the two people that live in the building on both sides were thrilled about it, because they were getting people knocking on their door 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning wanting to buy bags of crack, and they were happy as all hell.
Charles Walker is the manager of the Franklin Field Housing Development. Does word filter through? Does word filter through the project when a shipment's coming in? I mean, is it word of mouth?
Basically, yes. It's just a different feeling in the air. You can just almost tell, you know, people are around more, see more people hanging out on the corners. It's almost like a smoke signal goes up and everybody knows that something's going down.
You never see or read much about people who are proud to live and work in places like Franklin Field. That's because working on a community task force isn't glamorous. Kenneth Kirby, Sonia Pratt, and Elsa Flores aren't looking for fame on this task force. They're looking for a safe community.
I'm 25 now. I became a member when I was 19. So no one is going to stop me now. Great. Not even if I have 2 boys to raise. And I care about my 2 boys. Raised in here in Franklin Field as I was raised. But drugs is not going to keep me away. No way. Not with my 2 boys. Drug is killing a lot of kids.
It's an old story. The street changes by the hour, from reasonably safe during the day to an absolute drugstore as soon as dusk arrives. The Boston Housing Police do 2 to 3 search warrants in the projects each week. On this night, it was a bust arranged with help from the drug units of the Boston Police Department and the MDC.
We're going to be doing 88 Ames Way, okay? And we're going to have the entry team is going to be myself, it's going to be Cementelli, it's going to be O'Laughlin, it's going to be Lindsay, and it's going to be JJ and Bryce. We're going to make a forced entry through the back door. There might be a possibility of the sawed-off shotgun in there, okay? Hopefully we'll be able to get in. We'll just get in there quick and whack the door, and we'll be all set. Cover the front, cover the front. We're going in. Cover the front.
Moving in.
Come on, let's go. Break that window. Break it.
Everybody's going to
JJ, what have you found so far?
Not much.
Not much?
Not much, but enough.
Enough?
Go.
No, that's good so far.
2 men arrested in this apartment were later charged with trafficking and distribution. The 2 women, who admitted they'd come here to buy drugs, were charged with conspiracy. To the cops, the arrests are like shoveling sand against the tide. To society at large, the rest of us, the work of the police is out of sight, out of mind. But the tide keeps coming closer.
Sad, especially for the folks, the good people who are trying to live in these places.
And just live normal lives. Despite the intense work that the Boston Housing Authority cops do, Peter, they never know year to year whether they have a job or not because the funding for those cops comes from state and federal taxes. So it's a very iffy funding situation. They really aren't that job secure, if you will.
Have to wonder why they just don't toss a lot of those people right out of the projects. I guess it's not quite as simple as that.